Right, no nonsense guide, this is how to get your first win within Warzone 2. Right, so jumping straight into it, first thing you want to do, you want to find a safe cracker contract that isn't too close to the path of the plane, but not too far away either, a nice little happy medium, and you're going to want to pinpoint that on your map and start heading over there. You're going to want to keep a close eye out in case anyone else is trying to push you. The safe crackers are quite popular off the start of the game. As you can see in the example gameplay I'm using here, someone did try and drop on the one that I went to. Make sure you kill them first, then go and pick up the safe cracker once it's all free to do so. So I'm sure you guys have done the safe cracker contracts before. If not, you got 3 safes, go over to them, press interact, blow them up. So why is doing the safe crackers a good idea? Well, first of all, you get a lot of money. We're going to be needing that to buy our loadouts very soon. You also get a lot of utility items. You get gas masks, you can get self-revives, you can get the 3-plate armor vests, you can get guns as well. A lot of stuff that's going to be very useful for you off the start of the game. So always make that your first priority to get one of them done. Right, so once you've done that, you should be armed with a decent little bit of money. So the next step is to go over to a buy station, and you're going to want to buy your pre-built loadout. Now, they cost 5,000 each. Normally, you've got 2 weapons. Really, you can use whatever you want, any class that you're comfortable with. I personally like using the M4 and the MP5. That's my favourite, or sort of my go-to at the moment. So if you haven't got the classes, I'll chuck those classes up on the screen now. So really all that matters is that you're comfortable with the guns that you're using, but it's also good to know that you've got a nice balance between long range and short range gunfights. So I take an AR and an SMG, and that covers both of those roles. Now once you've got your loadout, you're heading into what I like to call the boring phase of the game. So this, you're just trying to keep yourself alive as we push towards the final circle, but there's a few principles that you're going to want to be following while you do this. So rule number 1 is try and maintain the high ground where possible. Now whether this is on top of a rock or on top of a building, whatever, if you're up high, you're harder to kill, and it's also easier for you to kill other people. As well as that, it's a lot less likely that you're going to get shot in the sides or in the back as well, just because being on the high ground gives you a nice sort of positional advantage. Point number 2, make sure that you're staying alert. Of course, someone can appear at any point in a game of Warzone and start trying to fight you. So I personally, when I'm moving around, I like to use the jump and look to the side. So I'll jump, look to the right, then on my next one, I'll jump and look to the left. And that just keeps you aware of your surroundings, whether that's enemies, whether that's where houses are, whether that's where vehicles are coming from, anything. Just stay alert and stay aware of your surroundings. I know it's sometimes quite easy just to slip into autopilot in Warzone, but make sure you're not doing that. And lastly, you want to keep yourself stocked. So if you end up using your self-revives, if you end up popping UAVs that you've got to maybe pick up a couple of kills, which, don't get me wrong, it's a good idea. If someone starts to push you, pop the UAV. If it's between that and losing the gunfight and being kicked out of the game, definitely pop it, but make sure that you're keeping restocked. So next time you go to a buy station, grab yourself another one. Right, now at some point in the game, there's going to be a camper that shoots you in the back and sends you off to the gulag before you've even had a chance to react. So off to the gulag you go. If you want to make sure that you're winning the gulag every time, make sure to check out my video titled How to Win the Gulag Every Time. There'll be a link on the screen at the end of the video. So upon your hopeful return from the gulag, you have one of 2 options. Number 1, try and find another safe cracker or even an intel contract just to get some money so you can buy yourself some loadout guns again. Or number 2, if your gulag's a little bit later in the game, as it was in the gameplay you're watching in the background, you're going to need to drop down, find yourself some ground loot, and steal some from someone else instead. So in the case of this game, I got lucky, found myself an M4, and my trusty M4 shot managed to secure me a kill in the top of the bedroom, and then off that dead body, I could restock and get everything I need to continue with the game. Now, you're not always going to be that lucky with the weapons that you pick up, and M4 is quite a good one, but, you know, you just got to make use of what you've got and try and get yourself back in the game by killing someone and looting their body. Now, as you approach the final circle, you're going to want to stay quiet and take as few gunfights as you possibly can. Now, hopefully by this point, you've also got some gas masks stacked up, so don't be afraid to use them to reposition inside of the gas. Totally good thing to do, and in fact is a great way to get kills of people that are sitting on the edge of the zone. You're going to wait for all of the enemies to one by one be picked off, either by you or by other players in the game, and work your way down to that final circle. Now, hopefully if all's on to plan, you can head into that final circle, pick up that final kill, and secure yourself the victory royale. Well, that's the idea at least. Sometimes you have an amazing game, and you still end up placing second.